Uh, we are back, and this time we are going to discuss something like dead time elements, which we need to consider when we are going to model any system. Why? This is what we are going to primarily discuss this time. How we shall be doing it later, what is to be done to overcome the issues which are related to dead time, that will be discussing later. But right now, in this session, you need to know what is dead time element. Friends, I think by now, the moment you look at the figure, you have a fairly good idea that this figure is that of a tank which is continuously stirred, and it has some reactants getting into the tank. Some exothermic reaction is taking place, some coolant is being flown in the outer jacket, it's coming out from here, and something which is going in to the next stage in the form of products is getting out from the tank at this point. So we have already gone in for a number of things in the previous sessions. As such, it's quite similar to the continuously stirred tank heater. The only difference between heater and reactor is that in case of heater, whatsoever is going in is chemically the same as it is going out. But in this case, whatsoever is going in, it remains in this tank, and then if it is A, then A gets converted into B, and B gets converted probably into C, and the mixture of all three is getting out from here. So the reaction is taking place. So this is slightly different, slightly more complicated, because you have reaction, so the things are changing a bit more different manner as in case of simple continuously stirred tank heater. But overall, if you see overall, the things which we had assumed there as well as here in this case are that we suppose the moment you open the valve over here, the flow starts increasing. The moment you ask this coolant to increase the temperature, it instantly obeys. The moment you want this flow to open, the change in flow happens instantaneously. But my dear friends, nothing happens instantaneously. Everything takes time, and time also in the sense that for few seconds nothing happens. For few seconds nothing happens. Now, what are those few seconds? Why are those few seconds? And how to overcome the issues that may crop up with those few seconds is a whole study of what we see in terms of dead time elements. So, this is what we see that theoretically so far we have been modeling, assuming that whenever the stimulus is given, the response happens immediately. The response happens instantaneously. But actually, there is a period when nothing happens. It happens after some time, and that period is called dead time. That's very confusing to the controller. We will see what are the effects of dead time and how do we deal with this dead time in the advanced course. But right now you understand that while modeling we have to take into account this dead time. Now, coming back to the point, as we have discussed, we assume that the effect is instantaneous, but it is not. But it is not. Why? Let us see. We have gone in for an oversimplified picture which is contrary to our physical experience, what we observe in our daily life also, that there is a time. It may be short time, it may be long time, it may be in microsecond, it may be in second, it may be in number of minutes. during which no effect is observed, nothing happens. So this time interval, I'm just repeating whatever I've told you, is given over here once again, is known as dead time, and alternatively it is also called transportation lag. Sometimes it is called pure delay, and sometimes it is called distance velocity lag. So all these four names, which are repeat, dead time, transportation lag, pure delay, and distance velocity lag, they all mean the same. There is no difference as such. There is no difference. But why it happens, we will have to see a diagram to understand why it happens. So my dear friends, here is the diagram. You have a pipe and something is flowing in, and this is a connecting pipe, a transport pipe, a normal pipe, and something is going out. Suppose this temperature starts changing at this point. The same change will happen here, but after some time. Why? Because this fluid will take some time to move from here and reach here. And if it is moving with velocity v, the time taken will be this length divided by velocity. That will be the time taken, length divided by velocity. And after that time, which is given by length by velocity, we call that as dead time, or we call it as the delay. It's a pure delay, or we call it transportation lag. Why it is called transportation lag? Now it is very clear, because it's going to take time from here to here, and that time is nothing but the distance divided by velocity, and that's why it is also known as distance velocity lag. So this is the reason behind calling this dead time as transportation lag, because ultimately the material is getting transported from one end to another end. Or it is called pure delay because nothing happens in those seconds. And sometimes it's also called distance velocity lag, because we want to remain in this position to know that this actually is equal to distance divided by velocity. That is why this peculiar name of distance velocity lag is given to this kind of delay. And this pipe, the connecting pipe as such, we have this becomes the dead time element. And in a plant there are lots and lots of these interconnecting pipes from where the material is flowing from one place to another, and so on and so forth. So every pipe introduces its own dead time. So all these pipes, for example, they become the dead time elements. We have to model these dead time elements also to make our model as close to the physical system as possible. So this was one simple way to model it. We get to know the velocity of the thing which is moving in it. We know the length, and we introduce another element in it, and that element will be given by TD. TD means time delay for the pure delay over here, and is given by L divided by V, as you're going to see this in the next slide. My dear friends, this is what happened at the inlet of the pipe. At the inlet of the pipe, the temperature started rising at T is equal to 0 like this. But at the outlet of the pipe second end of the pipe will not show any change for the time equal to Td, and after time equal to Td, the curve which was being shown over here, something similar will start happening at curve B, right? But this is the period for which nothing happens at the second part of the second end of the pipe, because of the transport delay, as we had earlier been displaying, been sharing with you. And this transport delay is given by T is equal to Td. Further, this T is equal to Td, we see, is nothing but the volume of the pipe divided by volumetric flow rate. volume of the pipe is given by A into L, volumetric flow rate is given by A into the average velocity. So ultimately, this A cancels with this A. I'm supposing the area of the cross section is same throughout the pipe, and so what we get, this TD is equal to length divided by velocity. This is the reason we call this as distance velocity lag. So this is the TD, and so whatsoever is the curve, this curve is represented by some function. This curve is represented by some function. This is happening at t, and this is happening only at t is equal to TD, that is after t is equal to 0. It starts happening at t is equal to TD, and that's why what we see is that whatsoever is function, whatsoever is the temperature change happening at the outlet is exactly what happened at inlet, but with the delay, t minus TD. This minus TD means it's a delay, and we will be taking this Laplace transform also. It will come in the form of e the power minus e the power minus TD into s. As you know about the Laplace transforms, we will discuss all this in detail sometimes later, but right now I think it's sufficient for us to understand that the outlet function is same as inlet function, but with the delay, which is represented by this t minus TD, because we have delay over here, so it's happening TD seconds later, and that's why you put a minus sign over here. So friends, this was about the dead time elements, and they need to be modeled. Whenever you go in for modeling, this is one element which needs to be modeled accordingly. In case you have any queries regarding this dead time elements which need to be incorporated in the model, you can always contact me through WhatsApp or Zoom sessions or face-to-face interaction or through phones and so on and so forth. I thank you for being with me, and once again I wish you a very safe stay and enjoy learning. Bye bye.